I am here. I am calm. I will empty my mind. Remember what Grandmaster Kirby taught us about relaxation. In. Good. And out. Strange. Mind's still not empty. Maybe I should try more modern methods.
Experience tranquility.
Better. Now I feel relaxed. All alone and at peace. I can feel my mind emptying itself to the void and... oh my, I feel light. What is happening? Am I about to reach a higher state of mind? I feel like I can grab all the answers to the questions of life and the universe just a bit more. I can almost see my destiny fulfilled. Ah, shit! Ladies and gentlemen, this is Micro Mages. Now before you think, oh great, another old game with pixel graphics, I have to correct you. Because this game is actually pretty new. It came out about a month ago. Oh great, so it's one of those retro games with pixel graphics. Never seen that before. Okay, fine, you are technically correct. It's just that this game is the newest addition for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yeah, that's right, it's a homebrew gone viral. The short version of the story is this. A little German game studio called Morphcat loved the NES so much that they decided to make one more game for the console. At first, the game should have been done in about 1 month, but as time flew by, they realized that they wanted to give this idea all they've got. So they went to Kickstarter and what do you know? The campaign was a rousing success and production began. The best part about this story is though that they set themselves a limit. The game should not grow bigger than 40 kilobytes, which is exactly the size of Super Mario Bros., which was one of the first games available for the NES. In this day and age, a simple snapshot of your screen is about 6 times that size, and the games we play today are 500,000 times bigger than this. And your first impulse might be to think that the smaller the game, the easier it is to make, but that is actually not how it works. Morphcat needed 1.5 years alone to fit everything they wanted in that tiny little space, and they did it by administering pretty much every single bit by hand. Think of it as stuffing your car to the brim with items you just bought. Everything has to get in there somehow, and on top of that, you still need to be able to drive in the end.
Perfect!
But there's no room for you!
No!
And after accomplishing this, they took 1 more year to polish and test the game until they finally felt ready to release it. So bottom line, this game took about 3 years to make.
What did I just hear? "3 years of development. How is that?"
How is that even remotely profitable?
Yeah, we just release the games as soon as they're halfway playable and let our customers play for the experience to be beta testers. They love it.
Okay, first of all, no, they hate that. And second, unlike the abominations and rip-offs you put out, people actually want to play this. Interesting. And how exactly did Morphcat make this game so appealing? Oh gee, where to begin? They probably had a lot of patience, passion, and love for their project.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Love.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Okay, so that there is no misunderstanding, this here you go. Ah, Evo! That makes sense. Alright then, we're off to the next crossroads. Activision, start the car. We are going to summon a demon. Anyway, Micro Mages. The story is explained in a weirdly familiar 8-bit fashion. Somebody stole a princess and now 4 brave mages need to free her from the demon fortress. And that's all you need to know. Start the game and you will be greeted by a tiny, oh so cutesy little pink mage. And your job is to climb this ginormous tower with him, right up to the top. Now, for normal people, this would take a while, but I believe my Micromage is equipped for the occasion. First of all, he can jump pretty high and is even able to wall jump like Mega Man X. On the offensive side, the mage sports a magical shot that gets rid of roadblocks and monsters, and it can even be charged up for more power. In addition, you can use the charge to double jump, which can be extremely helpful in certain situations. So yeah, Little Pink here can dish out the damage, but he cannot take it. Seriously, just one hit from anything remotely dangerous and you're done. And there are so many things in this demon castle that want to see you fail. Little skeletons, big skeletons which explode into bones, bats, ghosts, annoying goblins which evade getting shot, literal demons with pitchforks, and the most hellish of them all, a goat that spits bubblegum bubbles. Even the bottom of the screen is against you. Once you start climbing, the game reveals its true colors as it transforms into a vertical side-scroller. And if you take too long or fall to the bottom of the screen, guess what? Fortunately, the controls are spot on. There's no delay and the response to every button feels crisp as can be. Also, the pacing of the game is just marvelous. New elements are introduced slowly, as in one element per level, so you have enough time to get used to new stuff. And if you just want to check out what that thing even is, then stay on the bottom half of the screen and the scrolling speed will slow down. On your way to the top, you can find 2 power-ups which can be found in various crates and treasure chests. And okay, yeah, because the game is so small, there are just 2 in the whole game, but they're absolutely worth it. If you find a fairy, you're able to tank 1 more hit, and the feather allows you to summon a magical duck that lets you hover in the air for some time. It doesn't look like much, but by god, this hovering mechanic is so cool, and oh my god, no, ducky! No! It's also possible to get more lives by accumulating points. Dealing with enemies and picking up gems or crystals give you points, and for every 16,000 points, a heart will appear. Catch it, and you get 1 more try. And from experience, I can tell you that you want lives and power-ups, especially during boss fights. Every 4 levels, there is a boss you have to defeat, and although they're not too hard, accidents happen. And if you still cannot defeat them for some reason, or just feel lonely, then how about bringing 1, 2, or even 3 friends along for the ride? All you need to make that happen is a NES 4 score, which doesn't cost more than $12 on eBay right now. As you can already tell, I am blown away by this game. Even the presentation rocks despite the low pixel count. Every section has its unique theme. We have the haunted dungeon style with the mandatory skulls covering the floors, the Valhalla theme tower with friggin' Thorix as a boss, and if you want to have a little more exotic experience, then look no further than the jungle section, complete with ropes and snakes. Even the backgrounds show a pretty decent amount of detail throughout the whole game, and I can also spot some hidden and not so hidden references to other great Nintendo games. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that the pipe mechanic is a nod to Super Mario Bros., and there's also this skull barrier you have to cross before fighting a boss, which gives off a clear Mega Man vibe. There are more, of course, but I don't want to spoil the fun by listing everything. The pixel art style is just so clean, even on high resolution. How clean exactly?
Hello there, I'm Monty the Python, and it's pretty boring here. Nobody ever comes this far, so I'm going to tell you it's the holy fit gotta get home.
Plus, if you've backed this game, then you receive not just a hard copy, but also a little instruction booklet which explains the plot, the controls, and it has original artwork in it. There's only one minor nitpick I have concerning the music. Even though the chiptune songs fit the style, I can only find 2 songs that stick out. The rest is, at least in my opinion, a bit generic, but that could as well just be me. And it says a lot about the quality of this game when I have to go there and force myself to find anything wrong with this game. And just give me a little second here, this should be the last boss of the game, and done. Nice. Okay, now we can wrap this up. I can clearly see that this is a labor of love, so not surprisingly, my final word is: this room is a time machine devised by Illuminator. Go ahead, challenge hard mode? I see, one more reference to super ghouls and ghosts. Just like in Ghouls and Ghosts, you have to play the game a second time to reach the ending, which means that, yes, you start from the beginning again, but there are some changes. First of all, the levels are not the same as before. They present more traps and pitfalls now, and sometimes whole dungeons were switched out. The Valhalla section, for example, is now an ice dungeon with an obligatory slippery floor, which makes for an all-new and harder challenge. Sadly, the enemies and bosses stay the same, but they have more tricks up their sleeves now and behave less passive. But that's no problem. Even losing all my lives isn't a big deal because the game features a password system and unlimited continues. And with that kind of backup, how can I not defeat the last boss? And for some reason, I still don't think I am done with this game. Look right here. I found this very unique item in one of the first levels and it just stands out so much. It's not a gem, not a crystal or a power-up, and the game shows me that item on the interlude screen along with 3 more dots next to it. Well, let's find out why I would need 4 magical items. One more go.
Okay, let's go over the details again. We dug a hole.
Check.
We have a sacrifice. And we are in the middle of the crossroads. I think we're ready. Activision, I think we are ready. Okay then, let us begin. By the power of our unholy terms of license agreement, please take this offered soul. Wait, we still need a soul. Do you have a soul? But for real, we need a soul. Activision, do you have a soul?